Welcome to Bragg Radio. We're really excited you're here. Thank you so much for being on. We appreciate you guys watching. And so a couple of housekeeping things, right, Kandas?
Right. So first, let's say that we hope all of our students, friends, family, everything on the coast that have decided to stay and ride out the storm are going to be super safe. We've prayed for your safety already this morning. We've been praying for it all week, and we'll continue to do so as well. But just so you know, you're in our thoughts and prayers, and we are wishing for the best for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for us, we're not even going to be in town for the storm, right, Kandas?
Unfortunately, which we're having a hard time with.
I know. We won't even be with our families because we're going to Dallas, Texas. We're leaving as soon as this is over. We're like beelining to the airport. We have a 4 o'clock flight today. So we're going to be this close to getting on the plane. And we're going to go to Dallas. We've got a lot of people registered for our 3-day event. So
if you guys haven't, obviously, if you're watching this and you're not in Dallas, we've got another one of these type events coming to the Charlotte area in October. It's the 25th, 26th, and 27th. You can go to Larry Goins Live and register for that.
Exactly. And I teach all 3 days of the event, all 3 days. So the next thing is get your free investors kit, right, Kandas?
That's right. Yep.
That's it? Awesome. Okay, cool. Next is if you guys want to partner with us, we have a partner program. It's where we work with you one-on-one. And we help you get your first or next 3 deals. And our goal is to get you 3 deals in 90 days. It's not cheap. I can't do it for everybody. But if you would like to apply to do that, you can just go to larrygoins.com/apply, right? All right. So next is, did we do
the share?
Yeah. Did we do our share?
No.
Share now for a chance?
No.
To win. What I want you guys to do is share right now for a chance to win a HUD Jumpstart course. Now, I wrote the book on HUD called HUD Homes Half Off, and we have a home study course. It's a $297 value. That's what we sell it for, and you can get it absolutely free if you share this video right now. Share it, and we're going to pick a winner next week that will win the HUD Jumpstart course. It'll show you how to dominate HUD in your very own market, just like we do. You can buy HUD houses for pennies on the dollar, right? You don't want to pay any more than 30, 40, 50% for a HUD house, even right now in today's market, okay? So share this video right now, right, for a chance to win that course. And let's find out who our share sponsor winner is from last week. Last week, our share sponsor winner is Susan Russell. Yay!
Congratulations, Susan. We need sound effects board.
We do. See, I tried to do this before.
Like a celebration sound.
You didn't like it before.
The air horn. We need an air horn.
I know.
Toot, toot. No, that did not sound right. Anyway.
I know, right? So congratulations to Susan Russell. Be sure and share the video, guys.
And if you'll, Susan, if you'll send in send in an email to customerservice@larrygoins.com, let him know that you are the share sponsor for this week. He can get the access to you for the HUD Jumpstart course.
I'm so glad you said that. I didn't even think about it.
That's what I'm here for.
I had it written down, though.
The details.
I had it written down. Big picture, detail, visionary, integrator. Read the book, Traction and Rocket Fuel. Show you how to run your business with the visionary and with the integrator, right? All right. So next, we want to talk about the deal of the week. We get multiple deals every single week because we're buying and selling a lot of properties, okay? So the deal that I want to talk to you guys about this week is a really, really cool fix and flip property, right? Now, I was going to buy 3 houses from this guy, but the first two we went to look at were literally dogs with fleas. They were falling down, holes in the roof, all that good stuff, okay? So we could not do anything with those houses, but he had another house over in Kannapolis, and we are going to buy that house. We're paying I negotiated a deal of $115,000 on this house. It's a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, ranch style house on probably about a half acre, maybe 3/4 of an acre lot. Nice wooded lot, really nice area. The most recent sale sold for $203,000, Candace.
Mhm.
The only difference was it had a garage, right? It had a garage. So anyway,
And this lead came from the direct mail.
this lead came from our direct mail. We mail out postcards. I don't have any laying around here on my messy desk, but this lead did come from postcards. And when they call in, we answer the phone. She and I answer the phone, or it goes to our Pat Live account, and they answer the phone. But this is a really cool light fix and flip. We're just gonna wholesale it. We bought it for $115. We're gonna wholesale it for $125. It needs paint and carpet and cleanup, and that's really it. That's really
Right.
all it needs. And in fact, there's a lot of cool stuff that was left in the storage buildings, right?
We're finding these properties. Yeah, they either tenants that have moved out have left stuff, or homeowners that have inherited the property. There's stuff left, which is creating a unique opportunity for us.
You're exactly right.
Because
well,
one,
I understand where you're going now. You would think it was a good thing, right?
you would think it was a good thing. Now, on one hand, it is a good thing because there's opportunity to pick through some of this stuff and get some really cool items, really cool things.
Yeah.
Also, we're able to donate a lot of this stuff to organizations that need stuff like this. Like one of the houses we just cleaned out had a bunch of plates and silverware and stuff like that. And so Pam was able to donate that to an organization that needs stuff like that, which is it's kind of twofold in being able to help. We get some stuff as well, but we are not accustomed anymore since our last rehab, 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, the last one, the one we lost money on.
Right, the Liberty, to doing anything on these properties. So what we're having to go back into is a process of clean out, who's going to contact the dumpster people, who's going to set up the crews to go out, who's going to contact the city if we have to have, like, one of our houses has to have a permit to be able to put the dumpster in the street because the yard is not big enough. So it creates a little bit more chaos. A little bit more chaos on the front end with having to do that we weren't really prepared for.
But here's what we've learned. Don't ever promise a buyer, right, that you're going to have the house cleaned out before you sell it to them, right? Don't do that anymore. We stopped doing that. So this house, that's the deal of the week, that we paid $115 for, and we're selling it for $125. We're just going to make a quick 10 on it and move on. Let somebody else make 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever. There's only a few things in the house, right? I think there was a bed and something else.
Just a little bit of
But outside, there's like a big cooler. There's a washer and a dryer in the storage building. There's 2 storage buildings. There's a washer, dryer. There's a chipper, like a wood chipper,
a random
brand new
racing tire.
Yeah, some kind of a racing tire from NASCAR, and a bunch of ceramic tile. There's a huge stack of wood lumber outside that's covered up with a tarp. There's a lot of outdoor furniture there.
And the ultimate thing here is we're not promising anybody it's going to be cleaned out.
Right. No, whoever buys
That's the bottom line.
Whoever buys it, they can take the stuff and keep it or sell it or donate it and get a write-off, whatever they want to. We just don't want to be bothered with it, right? We even talked about this. We thought about, why don't you go over here? You want this and I want this. But at the end of the day,
ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. That's hilarious.
That is exactly what's happened, though, because we're like, okay, well, when can I go up to this house to see if I can get that chipper? If in my car, am I going to have to drive a trailer? If I drive a trailer, am I going to go ahead and take off this other stuff? I mean, there's so many ifs and things that can be done when you start looking into that. But as long as we don't promise, and as long as you guys don't promise that you'll have a house completely cleaned out before your buyer takes it,
right,
then you shouldn't have a problem.
Right.
Learn from us.
Right. Learn from our mistakes.
We make them. It happens. It's a cost of doing business, and and you just do it and you move on. But if you guys can learn some stuff from us, so you don't have to go through the same things, then isn't that kind of what this is about?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So just to give you an idea, the last house that we bought that we promised we would move everything out, it had a piano in it. At first, Kandas is like, I got to have that piano. I got to have it. I'm going to put it in my house. She calls her husband. Where can we put this piano? We got to let's put it over here. We can move this. And then somebody else wanted it. And then somebody else. We ended up giving it away. Right. And there was all kind of old china and silver. I mean, silver in the silverware drawer, silver, real silver flatware that's wrapped up in plastic, right? Wrapped up in plastic, right? Looked like I was rolling water somewhere.
It's so funny that people can see you now versus when we were on WBT. He still did the same thing. Yeah, he still made all the hand gestures and moved around as much and everything, but he just had his headset on and you guys couldn't see him then doing all that stuff.
So there's like what, 5 sofas over there?
Yeah.
Jewelry.
8 mattresses.
There's all kind of old antique china. The only thing I got was outside. There was you know how some people have like a rock for a doorstop in the old times or whatever.
The olden days.
The olden days. Long ago. These people had a quartz rock. I kid you not. It was about this big, right? It was about 1.5 feet long, a huge quartz rock.
How big is that fish?
That big right there.
Anyway.
So I took that home to my son, Noah. I thought he would get a kick out of that because it had 2, you know how quartz has those.
He's a big rock collector.
Things going out. It was a quartz rock like that. Right?
We're getting off topic.
All right. Anyway. So just be careful when you buy a house. It's got a lot of stuff in it. If you have time, take the stuff, sell it, have a yard sale, you know. But let me tell you something. It costs a lot of money to have a house cleaned out. Ask us how we know, right? I mean, some of this stuff is good stuff that people would want, but we don't have time for that, right? Mm-mm. We don't have time for that. So if you want to see this deal or any of the other deals, go to investorsrehab.com. And now, what you've all been waiting for, some negotiating one-liners, okay? I am a firm believer. If you're going to be a really, really good negotiator, or if you're going to be a really good investor, you need to learn how to be a good negotiator, right, Kandas?
Right.
So you've got to learn what to say and how to say it. You know, it's just like talking to a realtor. For example, if you're talking to a realtor and the realtor says, send over your proof of funds letter, you'll know you're not doing a very good job because they don't think you know what you're doing, right?
That's
if they ask you for a proof of funds letter, right? If a seller asks you, well, how long have you been doing this? How many houses have you bought? That's another good sign, right? So this week we're going to talk about some things that you can do to talk with the seller to negotiate deals. Next week we're going to talk about the realtor, okay?
Two part.
That's funny. All right, so a few questions. Now, first of all, a lot of people say, Larry, where did you find that deal? Where did you find that deal? My standard answer is, when I found it, it wasn't a deal, right? Remember this, guys. If you don't remember anything else, you don't find deals, you create them, right? My standard answer is, when I found it, it wasn't a deal, right? So I'm going to share some things that you need to ask every seller that you get on the phone, okay? Number one is, whose name is the house in? That's very important. What if you get all the way down to the closing and they pull the title work and it's in somebody else's name that's not even anywhere close to your seller, and then you contact your seller and the seller says, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, my brother died, he didn't have any kids, and I just took over the house. Well, did your brother have a will? Well, no. Now you got a problem, right? So
ask us how we know.
Exactly. We have one right now. Now. So we ask those questions, and when we have a situation like that and we get it under contract, we have Andrea, our closing person that's right inside that room, we have her pull title first thing, right? We want to make sure that if there's any problems, we got a little bit of time to work out those problems, okay? So the next thing you want to ask your seller is, why are you selling, right? Why are you selling?
Tell them the way that because you word that a little differently.
You're right.
Why don't you tell them the way that you word it while you're on the phone?
That's really good, Kandas. I just don't come out and say, I don't just come out and say, why are you selling? Here's what I say. I say, so tell me, Mary, what's going on in your life that has you looking to sell this property right now, right? So I'm being a little personal with them, and I want to know what's going on in their world, in their life, that has them looking to sell this property right now, right? They might say something like, and this is all stuff I get, I'm getting older, I don't want to take care of it, I want to cash out so my kids don't have to deal with it, I'm tired of dealing with tenants,
I inherited it. I don't really know what to do with it.
Right.
It's been vacant. It's just costing me money with taxes. Why am I paying taxes when I don't use this property anymore?
Right, exactly. Those are all really, really good answers that you hear. Now, the next thing is, who lives in the house, or is it vacant? You want to know if it's vacant. Now, the very next thing, if it's vacant, you got to know how long has it been vacant, okay? How long has the property been vacant? Because trust me, I know this. If it's been vacant 3 or 4 years, you probably don't want that house, right? The roof could be caving in, the floors are falling in, the kudzu is grown up over the house. I mean, I literally went to a house the other day up in Hickory. It had concrete brick steps leading up to the door. There was a tree this big around growing up through the steps. I have no idea. I have no idea how it got there. Right? I mean, how did it even take root in something? I don't know. But this tree was about 15 or 20 feet tall. I couldn't believe it. And
the seller didn't know.
Seller
had no idea.
Seller had no idea. I took a bunch of pictures and I said, look, I can't buy this house. In fact, that was a house, the same owner of the house in Kannapolis we just told you about a few minutes ago for the deal of the week. Okay.
Sometimes, now I would say, I mean, what do you say? 7 to 8 times out of 10, you're not going to want one that's been that vacant or vacant that long.
No.
But there are a few, like one of the other properties that we just got that has been vacant, but the guy's kept the power on, he's kept the water on, he goes over and cuts the grass. So type of situation, you just got to ask more questions. Vacant, asking who lives in it and if it's vacant right now is very important. But if somebody is maintaining the property, even though it's vacant, and keeping things circulating within it, then you might be all right.
That's exactly right. In fact, that's one of the things we ask them if it's vacant. Well, when's the last time you saw it? When's the last time you went inside? Right? That's another very, very good question to ask as well. Okay. So I hope this is good stuff, guys. Give us a shout out if you're liking this stuff, if it's good. All right.
He needs constant validation, people. Y'all know this.
Sorry.
I don't give it to him.
Awesome. How do you pull title? You have an attorney or title company.
Depending on your state.
Yeah, Dave just said that. How do you pull title? Some states are title states. Some states are attorney. Like Florida, they have title companies, right? And some are attorneys, like North and South Carolina uses attorneys, okay? So great question, Dave. Thanks a lot. So next is, what is the value and how did you come up with this number, right? Or how much are you asking and how did you come up with this number? Now, 9 out of 10 times based on experience, 9 out of 10 times. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you. You're the man. Love you. Mean it.
You guys are just doing this. Like, that's what happens.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Awesome. I got to give him a shout out there. All right. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, I based it on tax value. I based it on tax value. Here's my standard response. Well, I wish tax value meant something when you went to sell your property, but it really just has to do with being able, them taxing you based on that. And of course, they want that number to be higher because you have to pay more taxes, right? So next question. How much do you owe and to who, right? Or do you owe anything on the house, right? You want to find out, is it free and clear or do you owe any money, right? Awesome. Mark's coming to the office.
He says I'm coachable. That's a great start.
Yeah, baby. That's awesome. I love it. That's great. Let's show him up there. All right, cool. So here's another thing. If they have a mortgage, I always ask them, how far behind are you? Now,
this is a double-edged sword right here.
It is a double-edged sword. And she knows, she's heard me do it, and she's heard me get cussed out before, right? But, and that's another thing. You got to know how to handle it if somebody gives you a hard time. Like I asked that question one time, how far behind? I know we got to go. Yeah. How far behind are you? And I had a lady say, how dare you ask me that? I've never been late on a payment before in my life. I can't believe you asked me that question. I say, ma'am, I'm really, really sorry. But unfortunately, I work with a lot of people who found themselves in a situation where they can't make their mortgage payment. And I see it every day. And if I've offended you, I'm really sorry. Will you forgive me? You got to smile when you do it.
True story. That's what he says.
That is
just
true.
that charismatic as well.
That's
and
true.
I'm sure that smile hits his face while he's on the phone with them.
So the next thing is, what will you do with the money when you sell, right? Now, sometimes they're going to say it's none of your blankety blank business, right? But
sometimes,
you got to build a little rapport with them, right? So what will you do with the money? If they say just stick it in the bank, the very next thing I'm going to say is, so what are the banks paying now? What are the banks paying now? I think they're paying about 1%. Well,
or less, yeah.
Yeah, or less. Well, if you're just going to stick it in the bank and you're going to get 1% or less, I'm going to have to go to the bank and borrow the money when I buy this property. Now, whether I am or not is irrelevant, right? I'm just going to have to go to the bank and borrow the money. The banks are charging about 5% interest now, right? I'd just as soon pay you as I would the bank. Would you be interested in financing your property and earning 5% return on your money instead of 1% at the bank? Because you put your money in the bank, I'm probably just going to borrow it from the bank and they're going to make 4% on your money, right? So when you put it to them that way, they understand. If they say no, then I say something like, oh, no, are you not comfortable with the security of your property for the loan? Right? That makes them think twice, right? So then they got to sell you on, yeah, my property's worth that, right? Okay, so a few more, and then we're going to get out of here. What will you do if you don't sell? Or what will you do if you can't sell it? If they say, I'll just rent it out, that's another opening for seller financing. And we've negotiated multiple seller financing deals just in the last few weeks.
Right.
Right?
Is it 4? We have 4 now?
I think we have 4, maybe 3, but I think 4.
I think it's 4.
What is the condition of the house? What about that one? I want to find out all the different stuff, right? Tell me about any repairs or updates have been made, right? I want to know about the big stuff, right? The roof, right. The HVAC. If I know it's a 2-bedroom, I could look up on Zillow while I'm talking to them. I'm saying, now it is a 3-bedroom, right? No, it's a 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 bedrooms are a little bit more difficult to rent and sell in today's market. It seems like everybody wants a 3-bedroom, right? So
same thing with the bathrooms.
All I'm doing now, you do have 2 bathrooms, right? Now you do have a sunroom, right?
Same thing with a carport. Yeah.
What about a garage? Has a garage? No, it has a carport. Oh, just a carport. Oh, okay. Right. So all we're really doing is price conditioning the seller, right? That's all we're really doing. So then I ask them, how long have you been trying to sell it? Have you had many offers? If so, why didn't you take it? Right? Why didn't you take it? And sometimes it's not the money. Sometimes they're going to say, well, I wouldn't sell my house to that jerk of a guy that called me if he was the last person on earth. Right? That's why it's always good to be really, really nice to people and treat people with respect. Right? So after I do that, I say something like, well, let's just pull up here and see what other houses are selling for, because regardless of what tax value is, or regardless of anything else, or what you want, or what I'm willing to pay, regardless of that, all we can really do is pay what other people are paying for houses in the area, right? So I just look up for the houses that have sold in the lower amounts, and I'm pulling them up, right? I say, here's one right here sold for $12,000.
And he even tells people, this is something you can pull up on your own if you want to verify what I'm telling you. He tells them exactly where to go to pull it up and what he's doing while he's on the phone.
It's just on Zillow. It's just on Zillow under sold.
It's not rocket science.
It's under sold comps. I say, here's what I say. I'm not looking at anything you can't pull up yourself. In fact, all you got to do is Google your address, click on the Zillow link, scroll down, look at the maps, and boom, there they are. I'm not telling you anything you can't find out on your own, So that's pretty much exactly what I do when I'm on the phone. Next time what we're going to do is we're going to go over questions you should ask a realtor and conversations with the realtor on the next show next week, right? So make sure you share this video right now. Right now, go ahead and share this video, and also,
are we going to be on next week?
What's wrong?
We're going to be in Tampa.
What's up with next week?
We'll be in Tampa. Are we going to come out of the meeting?
It may not be at 2:00 today, on a Wednesday, but we'll see. We might be able to pull out of the meeting.
We'll send the email. You guys will get the email, and
we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll do what we can to make sure you know.
Awesome. So like Mark says, it is very important that you maintain a sense of humor and build rapport with people while being an investor and solving problems. That's all you're really doing, is just solving problems with people and just helping them. So guys, be sure and share this video. Also, if you want to work with me and my team with our partner program, click on that last one. with our partner program. What are you doing? Click on this right here. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
You're trying to click on all the comments. That's funny. I didn't even know you could do that.
Look at Mark. We're saying this. Look at that.
Kandas does rock. She does.
You spelled it wrong, but that's okay because I rock.
Kandas. Awesome. All right. So guys, if you want to work with us, if you want to partner with us with our partner program, if you would like to apply, it's not cheap. It's like coaching or mentoring, but we actually partner with you with deals, but our half goes to charity.
Right.
And we work with you on your first 3 deals to get you up and running. And our goal is to get you 3 deals in 90 days. So be sure and share the video. Thank you guys. Look, JC's watching. Check him out.
Aww.
So, awesome. So thank you guys very much. And we'll see you next week sometime.
Bye, guys.
Sometime next week. We got to go there.
Stay safe.